Troll toll! Troll toll, if you please. It may be pointless, life may be pointless, but the toll needs to be paid. How could it be? My life is like the bridge behind me. It goes nowhere. Loneliness such as this, how it weighs, how it burdens. Dear me, why? I stand here day and night. Humans hate me, for I must take their gold for no good reason at all. Even among my own I find no companionship. Troll toll is all I think about. Once, though, I was happy. A girl, one of your very own kind, used to pass by daily. She was bright and young and gay. She smiled. She bade me good morning. She told me about the dreams that had come to her in the night, but then she left for a faraway land. She is gone, and I have been lonely ever since. Oh, if only a jolly young girl would come to talk to me once more. It's all the goblins' fault. They cut the ropes to prevent you humans from going to the mines below. Ropeless, pointless, and yet I must cry for toll. We ask for toll because our king commands us to. He is mad for gold, all his senses crave it. Gold is his life, and therefore it is my life too. Even though I care more for the daisies in the fields than I could ever care for cold, dead metal, no matter how pretty its lustre. He is the king of Lucula Forest, and a most formidable troll indeed. I do not even like to talk about him, for fear he might find out and crush my skull like a walnut. Archibald, though, Archibald may be willing to speak. His fine mind makes him bold. Find Archibald, a proud troll and troll father, if you wish to know about the king. 1,000 gold coins, such is the toll I must ask. So, let's have the troll toll, if you please.
No, we're not going to pay to cross a broken bridge.
Indeed we are not. The mere notion is absurd.
So you will not pay? I can hardly blame you, though the rules of toll-taking trolls stipulate I must club you to death for your refusal. I shall not do so. What, I wonder, would be the point? Leave me, like she left me, my bonny lass. Would that another would come. Would that another would come and ask, how are you, Fumble?
Remember when that redhead used to come by and cheer him up? Oh, yeah. You know, I bet you should...
Troll toll. Troll toll. Troll toll. Leave me.
Have you yet seen the conduit's way, lost one?
Never fear, friend.
Goblins will slice us to ribbons if we approach the bridge.
Unacceptable. I want those goblins out of my mind by yesterday. Send another man. As many as it takes.
We haven't enough men among us to take on even a few of them, sir.
Are you deaf? I said I want those goblins out. Make it happen, even if you have to spear Drexus yourself.
Source hunter, are you? What brings you to this neck of the woods? The goblins? The orcs? The cult? or the whole pretty bouquet. Don't be surprised if you hear more than a few unkind words about yours truly around town. An overseer's got to enforce his share of unpopular guild decisions, you know. I'm finished with this one-pony rodeo, though. I did my best by these roughnecks, and now it's time for old Brandon to take a load off. In fact, you may be able to help speed my retirement plan along.
Let's hear the details.
I must say, I'm also intrigued.
I knew a source hunter'd perk up at the sound of a challenge. I'm no man to refuse a source hunter. Ask away, friend. Between you and me, the Troll King's sitting on a piece of treasure of more value than even he knows. A metal called tenebrium that can fetch a prettier sum than its weight in gold. I intend to lift it, sell it, and live out the rest of me days in comfort. The devil's in the details, though, and I haven't managed to find a way to access the King's Cave, much less make off with the stuff without being noticed. But you're a source hunter. You can sniff out any point of mystery. So let's make a deal, You find the tenebrium and bring it to me, and I'll deliver you a few pieces of information about Silverglen, and Lawrence in particular, that are sure to make your mouth water. I wouldn't wish the wrath on me worst enemy, though. So let me give you a little something to contain the tenebrium bars. It's lined with the fragments of a special stone that keeps rats' ill effects at bay. Apart from Gungir's stature and incurable case of the uglies, it's not so different from a parakeet. Got a brain the size of a pea and a fervent passion for all things bright and shiny. The nutty oaf sits on a river of silver beneath these mines, but leases it to the mining company for a fraction of its worth in gold. He'd rather put those hefty minions of his on toll duty than mine these hills himself for 5 times the reward. I can't be certain myself where his cave is located, but at least one of those oaf lackeys of his must know where to look. They've got to do something with all the gold they've gathered in the course of guarding those damned bridges, haven't they?
A source hunter! My liege, I am at your disposal. I am Lawrence, the representative of the mining guild responsible for operations in Silverglen. Please, valiant hunter, let us know how we can assist you. Oh, I am no one special. Merely a humble servant of the guild and shepherd to the happy flock of miners within this settlement. My only cause for complaint, Your Grace, are these awful goblins. They're starving us out, refusing even a single honest miner his right to work. Perhaps, my most upright highness, you might be able to help us with this little problem. You must forgive me if I become somewhat overcome when discussing it, my liege. To think how I've been betrayed. To think how the humble miners of Silverglen suffer. I invited a tribe of goblins to assist us in clearing the tenebrium from our mine, you see. The leader of the troop, a satin-spitting Satan named Drexis, promised to clear the tenebrium and be gone. When the job was done, though, he and his band of totem-brained fiends refused to vacate. They've kept close guard of the bridges to the mine since, and they'll slice whoever dares approach them into ribbons. These goblins follow Drexis like lemmings, Your Grace, and if only I could undo the traitor, they'd slither back to the swamp they crawled from. Drexis's head on my mantle would save countless miners from a slow starvation, my liege. What's one goblin over countless disenfranchised workers? Please, Your Grace, I am completely at your useless stuff, my liege. Worse than common dirt, but 10 times as difficult to extract and infinitely more dangerous. If only we'd known in advance the terrible effect rot would have, we would have stopped trying to clear it immediately. Yes, a dreadful business that. I've been fortunate enough to avoid the sickness so far, my liege, but my heart truly breaks for the families of those who've been afflicted. You see, my liege, when a miner has been overlong exposed to tenebrium, he begins showing certain symptoms. Gangrene about the extremities, fatigue, malaise. At first, we attributed these symptoms to, well, to poor diet, laziness, and general malingering. Had we known then what we've since discovered, we never would have continued operations. But alas, mistakes were made, and those we lost can never be brought back, no matter what that crackpot conduit would have one believe. My liege, you ought not to concern yourself with the fraudulent leader of a crackpot cult. Really, the whole affair is an utter embarrassment to Silverglen. Some insane huckster calling herself the conduit of the goddess made her way to Silverglen at the height of the rot's hold on our miners. The people were desperate, you see. When by magic or illusion she managed to cure a handful of them of the affliction, every last one of the bunch began speaking of her as though she were some messiah. Now most of the town is taken with her little cult of immaculates, as she calls them. Fortunately for her, she disappeared shortly after her little trick. Or I would have thrown her into prison and swallowed the key myself. Imagine hypnotizing an entire town with nothing more than snake oil. Those brutes, I invited them here to save our valued miners from the ill. They haven't allowed a single human miner part enough to know the whole institution has been a blight on productivity. With the blessings of the conduit to replace a sense of a job well done, the miners care hardly at all for getting the mines back in good working order.
Please.
Won't be a moment. Okay, yeah, sweetie. I'm aching to share a moment together.
I don't mean to make trouble where there ain't any, comrade, but in my years of hunting source, I learned that anyone so eager to climb into your lap after a moment's meeting is hiding something they hope you won't discover. I'm not saying this Lawrence character is involved in sorcery, but it wouldn't exactly surprise me a lick to find out he knows more than he's letting on.
Come hither, sweetheart. Oh, if I had a star for every...
Warms my heart to picture him squirming about plain as day with 3 seasoned source hunters on his tail. Nowhere to hide his sniveling mug than at the bottom of a burlap sack.
I traded... They say a witch lives in the woods east of here.
Because you're the answer to all my prayers.
That world-weary face is giving me shivers. What do you say we take a load off together? I do suppose I could find some way to entertain you. Oh, sugar, that's a story for another day, ain't it? Speaking of, yours and mine has hardly begun. What say we get better acquainted upstairs? I've got all kinds of, details to share with you. Indeed I do. And I'm just itching to take you places you've only ever dreamed of, darling. What's a lousy 250 gold between an adventurer like you and a fine piece of tale like the one I've got in store for you? Oh, that's the spirit, sugar. Oh, gold always puts me in the mood for a little romance. Follow me then, my knight in shining armor.
Rejoice, I say a witch.
Come hither, sweetheart. Or if I... Do you believe in love at first sight? Or do I need to walk by... Me? I'm Ramon. I may not be a genie, but rub me right and I'll make your dreams come true. The gods of love malign us, for the room is currently occupied. Come back later, pet. Come back soon. No question.
Shorter! Stop it! Freezing!
Stop talking, naughty princess! Leave me alone or boom!
You there, KO! There you are, darling. Shall we get started? So we shall, sugar. But do please ask your friend over there to give us a bit of privacy first. There you are. Oh, let's do it. But first, I need to know about your preferences, darling. You're in charge tonight, after all. So tell me, which sort best floats your boat? In need of a gentle hand, are you? Well, I've just the soft and sumptuous knoll in mind for you to rest your weary heads. Why don't we make ourselves comfortable and begin?
Please, somebody do something! Throw a bucket of water over the damn
upon a
thing!
time, the patron goddess of feasting took a fancy to the humble spirit.
Back off! Bicky boom! One more step and bicky boom!
No, don't go! Please help me! That thing is keeping me trapped here! It's crazy! It'll kill me!
A master cook she became, the finest
Princess
from...
keep her trap shut or bicky boom! No folks, shoot or bicky boom! Last warning or bicky boom!
Salty, toxic tears upon her sugared lion's wing. Claudella's cooking was delicious, but to nuns.
Fine. Here's the
You'll pay, even though we can't...
It would be wise.
If we pay the toll, we'll only encourage this...
No, we'll do it...
The toll is lead. Yours is the bridge to nowhere.
What news from the mine?
Source hunter. I'm finished.
Let's hear the deep...
I must...
Between you, the devils... But you're a... I wouldn't part from the nutty... I can't... I'm no man to... Astray!
A source? Oh, my... You must forgive... When the job... These... Please, you're those... They useless. You see... And I need some in... When... What's enough...
I could take you on a wild ride if you let me.
Us, unfortunately, still includes you.
A straight shot of rye, please.
Coming right up.
Those damn toad. A little...
You dare disturb my ruminations? It must be that you can hardly wait to purchase an ingredient or two for a very urgent...
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. You're...
Oh, Oh. You haven't any ale, have ya? Well, never mind for now. What sort of magical relics can I offer ya? Blessed by the goddess they are, each and all. Here you go.
Here's a shiny coin. Keep the change. Enjoying your stay in Silverglen?
Quite a fine skeleton beneath that hide of yours, isn't there? Yes, a lovely, sturdy thing. I bet it'll last 100 generations, if treated properly. Quite a fine skeleton beneath that hide of yours, isn't there? Yes, a lovely, sturdy thing. I bet it'll last 100 generations, if treated properly.
These goblins are worse than the trolls. Half as dumb and twice as mean.
Oh, you haven't...
This side of a bridge, your Roma.
Better than reeking of
Service,
fresh blood.
please.
I'm a wee bit short at the moment, waiting for a particular plan of mine.
What do you have, dear?
A straight shot of rye, please.
Coming right up.
Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together.
Come hither, sweetheart. Or fight a star for every time you brighten my day.
Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together.
Yes. Don't worry, miss. We'll get you out of this fix somehow.
Princess, keep her trap shut or picky boom!
Oh, thank you. You saved my life. It was that cur of a Frederick that did this to me. He locked me in here with that ridiculous creature.
Dear me, I need to get out of this room. Yes, I'll go downstairs to catch a breath of fresh air, but do come and talk to me again if you want to hear more about what transpired here. My thanks once more, sweet hero.
Watch where you're going. These beauties will pierce you to the... Ever shot a bullseye in your sleep? Well, no wonder with your skill book as empty as all that.
Here you go. Here's the goblins. I passed the trial.
Friend, this is most excellent news.
Drink, please.
Welcome to the Immaculate Fold.
Yes! I can feel the goddess's vigor coursing through my very veins.
Oh, you startled me. Let me compose myself. Hello, stranger. How can I help you? Oh, my hero. My heart is still racing. That little monster's face haunts me every time I so much as blink.
Bonnie's my name, and I am, or rather I was, a lover for hire. Folks would come to me when they were in need of some company, conversation and more intimate desires. But this fiasco has put an end to it. I'll never set another foot into a client's room, not on my life. Yes? Search me. He's a regular of mine, with rather eccentric tastes, I might add. He always wants me to wear a grey wig, for example, and walk with a cane. But I digress. Anyway, he recently spent the night again, and I couldn't sleep because of his muttering. He talked something awful all through the night. In the morning, I told him he had gone on and on about some Meridino character and a supposedly secret treasure lair somewhere in the woods. Next thing I knew, he flew into a rage, said the treasure was his and his alone, and that I was nothing but a meddling care. I was just about to let him know I won't stand for such language when he pulled that monster of a bicky out of his satchel and told the little gnome to guard the princess and to go boom if I tried to escape. I spent hours of horrid fear up in that room until you saved me. Nothing much, I'm afraid, but go ahead. I'll answer what I can. I used to, you know. Merchants came and went. They paid well and gave me gifts. Fewer and fewer of them travel here now because of the undead around Sicil and the goblins holed up in the mines. Times are hard for a working girl, to tell you the truth. But where would I go? There's danger to be found everywhere these days. These bedevilled days. I haven't been immaculate for a long time now, darling. And if I see what passes for immaculate here in town, I don't want to join the club anew either. Give me fun, not fanaticism. Give me zeal, not zealotry. These people, I honestly don't know what has gotten into them. A troll? No, I won't hear of it.
Gives you the answer to all my prayers.
What's business for you anyway?
Swell enough, swell enough.
That world-weary Is he a gentle troll? Would he benefit from my particular expertise, you think? It is strange, but, well, if you're willing to pay me on behalf of your toll-taking friend, I'll be glad to keep him company. I do believe 2,050 gold should cover it. Well, I sure...
goddess, greetings, friend. Her greatness gave us fire, her greatness gave us earth, and my savvy brings you spells at the best rate in town. Come, give me your best offer.
Where the wind blows, the goddess breathes. Where the rivers run, the goddess weeps. How can I connect you to our eternal goddess, my friend?